Hey everybody, so today we're going to continue talking about the modernization of Turkey, and we're going to be talking about how to use evidence and reasoning to support a claim. So you can do now is just in an argument, so you could think about any argument that you would have with anyone, whether it's, a friend, someone in your family, right? In any argument that you're making, why is it important to have evidence to support your point of view? For the mini lesson, you're going to use evidence to support your claim. So if I click on this video right now, you will not be able to hear it. So I just want you to click on the link that's in the doc. If you want to pause this video and go back, click on this link that's in the doc to watch the video, and it goes over the link between claim, evidence, and reasoning. You can go ahead and pause this video and come back when you're done watching this video that's in the doc. So based on the video you just watched, right, I want you to answer the question, what purpose does the reasoning serve in a paragraph, right? So we've gone over a claim, we've gone over evidence, right? So they did some review of that in the video we just watched. So a claim basically answers the prompt, right? It's your response to a prompt or a question, right? Evidence supports the claim, right? What purpose does the reasoning serve in a paragraph based on that video? If you missed it in the video, I want you to go back and rewatch the video. All right, so here's the example that they gave in the video, right? Dogs are better than cats. According to a pilot study done by the Animals and Society Institute, dog owners laugh significantly more frequently than cat owners. In 1999, laughing is a positive emotion that can have a positive effect on people's health. This study shows that dog owners laugh more than cat owners, which means they experience higher levels of positive emotion than cat owners. In the long run, this could have numerous positive impacts on their owner's health, right? So if you take a look at this paragraph, right, their claim is very clear, right? We know what their stance is. Their evidence, right, is also very clear, right? The reasoning is what we're going to call analysis, right? So this word is thrown around a lot. It's one of your outcomes, right? But what is analysis really, right? It's basically you using your reasoning to explain, right, how the evidence supports your claim, right? It's like you're kind of digging pretty deep into this idea of like happiness and dogs being better than cats, right? So you're going a step further than just answering the claim, right? And you're at the basic level, right? It's you giving reasoning for why your evidence is good evidence, right? Why does this evidence, support your claim? Right, so now I want you guys to try it on your own, right? So I want you to identify the claim, evidence, and reasoning in the following paragraph using the highlighter, right? So you're going to use blue highlighter to show me where the claim is. You're going to use green highlighter to show me where the evidence is. And you're going to use yellow highlighter to show me where the reasoning is. If you do not know how to do that, I'm going to give you an example right now. Right? So let's say I wanted to highlight here, right? I take my cursor and I go over the part of the text I want to highlight, right? So I'm going to do that part. I'm going to click on this icon right here. If I hover over it, this is a highlight color. Click on it, and let's say this is my claim, right? I'm going to go ahead with and make it blue, right? If I wanted to do this line, right? Let's say that this is my evidence. I'm going to click over that same highlighter icon, and now I'm going to make it, I think I said green, right? And let's say that this is my reasoning. I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it yellow, right? So now it's very clear where my claim is, where my evidence is, and where my reasoning is, right? So I want you guys to do that. If you want to pause the video and go ahead and do that and come back, that is fine. The apartheid laws in South Africa were used to prevent Native Africans from gaining power. In his 1994 speech, Nelson Mandela stated Africans want to be allowed to own land in places where they work and not be obliged to live in rented houses, which they can never call their own. From this quote, it is clear that Africans were not able to own land. Land ownership is very important because it is something that can be passed down from generation to generation. Preventing land ownership is the way that many oppressors have kept various groups of people oppressed all over the world for centuries, right? So here I'm going very deep, right? I'm going past just the idea of what's happening in South Africa, and I'm relating this now, making connections to why it's important, right? What does this quote mean? So I added this quote, but what does it really mean, right? What purpose does it serve in this paragraph? So your independent work is for you to read 2 documents. One of them is a timeline, and one of them is a reading from a article, right? So I want you to read the documents. I want you to answer the questions using evidence from the documents, right? So that's going to be your claim and your evidence, right? Your claim is just you responding to the question that I'm asking, and your evidence is what you got from the document to support that claim. And then you're going to use reasoning to explain how the evidence supports your claim, right? So you're going to do that deep dive into the evidence and relating it back to the claim and trying to find the connection between those two, and maybe even taking it a step further and relating it to other things that are relevant to the topic. And then your assessment is going to be, I want you to make a claim with evidence and reasoning to support your answer to this question. Is modernization of a country more beneficial or harmful to that country, right? So you can use Turkey as an example. Or if you did the E-level work yesterday, you can also use the examples that you found yesterday. If you want to go ahead and find more examples online, but I do not want you to copy and paste, right? I want you to think about an example of a country that has been modernized, and tell me, was it more beneficial or was it more harmful to that country, right? So your claim might sound something like modernization of a country is more beneficial, or is more harmful to a country, right? And then you're going to go ahead and provide evidence and reasoning. If you notice, there's no E-level box today, and that's because whether or not you get an M or an E is going to be based on how deep you go with your evidence for the assessment, right? So you do have to do the assessment, right, in order to get an M, but whether or not you get an M or an E is going to be based on how deep you go into your reasoning, right? So again, as always, if you have any questions, email me, write a private message on Google Classroom, and don't forget to turn in your assignment. Later.